troubles with getting the laptop to work. So I'm gonna keep playing with it a little bit more once we finish this one up.
Hey,
But
Mom, you can make video on the computer?
you can, Mert.
You
Anyhow,
can do that.
okay. I need you to be quiet, okay, bud? Can you eat your kiwi? Thank you. All right, so good morning. How are you? It's a lovely May day here. I just wanted to welcome you to Honey, We're Homesteading. My name is Julie, and I farm with my husband and our 7 children in Northeast Ohio. So if you haven't been here, hi, this is who we are. there's some of our kiddos. Anyhow, so we our main thing that we're doing is raising beef. So we're raising beef from our farm to your table and educating the simple things. I think education is very important, and so that's kind of where we are on all of this. So that's our welcome. That's our getting things started. I like to start off. I want to start off with a couple of books that I'm reading and going through, and then we'll get right into all the things for today. The first one is I pulled this book out just a few days ago. There's a lot of things growing right now, and I like to learn new things, and I'm trying to learn all the things, but I don't know all the things. So I like to have a nice reference, and this book is great. It covers our area, and so many wonderful things are in here. So for example, let's go to rose. There's like all kinds of different roses. It gives different descriptions and uses for them, how to identify them, and things that you can make, like different preparations with like teas and infused and things. Love this book. It's great. I got it probably almost 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. And then the other book that I have is The Joy of Cooking. This book I found on eBay. As you can see, it's like taped together. That's how it came. And pages are falling out of it. But what I love most about this book is there's like little notes in the back and different like things that somebody wrote in here, like different notes. And so that you can quickly be like, oh, 2 cups equals 1 pint, just different things like that. And then different pages, I've noticed some fun little jotting of things that they did and they tried. Of course, I can't find any right in it, but anyhow, I think it's useful to have some very nice books, even though this one's not the nicest looking. The recipes in here are simple and easy, and if there ever comes a time that you need to grab a recipe and you don't have access to it, this book is amazing. I love it, love it, love it. I don't think I even paid all that much for it. And with it being yard sale season, I'm sure you can find something very similar to that. Actually, this book was first published in 1931, and this publication is 1943. So, it's kind of cool to go back through and see simple recipes and how people cook with very basic ingredients, which is kind of nice to have that in the back of your pocket, you know what I mean? Anyhow, all right, so last book, and it is my book. It is The Simple Homestead. We're going to be referencing it a few times throughout today. I don't have any hard copies with it. As you can see, it's kind of falling apart. I'm not thrilled with the binding of this one, so I've been looking at some different options. As soon as I get hard copies again, I will let everybody know. But this is also available on our website, brinkerfamilyfarm.com. You can get downloadable versions. So, all right, off to the races. Here we go. In my book, I have it broke down into 4 sections: in the kitchen, in the home, in the garden, and in the community. So that's going to be like the basis of these Honey, We're Homesteading monthly get-togethers that we're doing. Let's see. So our first thing we're going to be talking about in the kitchen. So the kitchen, I have been baking and baking and baking so much here lately. I have finally got onto the sourdough wagon. I've tried sourdough, killed it, all the things many times. I got my starter in December, and it's actually still alive, and I'm making wonderful things with it, like, I'll show you what I did today. Got some bread, and it's not really burnt. I had some rice on the bottom, somebody told me, and it must not have been flat. I think I had a little spot, so it's got like a little spot that's not as brown as it. But we're getting there. We're making progress. It tastes good. We just got to get, some cosmetic things worked on, and then we'll be all good to that. And
How big is that bagel?
that's not a bagel, that's bread. That's the other thing I've been doing. I've been making sourdough bagels. So those are things that I'm making and we are offering as a pre-sale. So if you're local to Carroll County in our area, we are offering pre-sales of those things so that we can make them once a week and then offer them to our community. Anyhow, so that's what's going on in the kitchen. Oh, and the last thing, there was a recipe in here. It's rhubarb season here in Northeast Ohio. So we have been making, we made a couple crisp. Not everybody likes rhubarb in our house. So I made just a regular like strawberry one, but I used my apple crisp recipe that's in this book and just swapped out the amount of fruit. For instead of apples, I used rhubarb and strawberry, or strawberry and I think it was blueberries that I had in the freezer. Turned out lovely. It was it was raspberries. Sorry, we had raspberries. They were delicious. It was great. And strawberries are blooming. I did see some people are starting to pick some, so I'm sure we'll be making some more strawberry things really quickly. Do I teach English? No, I don't. I just I just speak it. I don't teach it. I mean, I teach our kids, but I don't do much more than that. Anyhow, so that's all of our in the kitchen stuff. In the home, we are busy with drying and saving our herbs and our flowers. Right now, I have comfrey. I just picked it last night, so that's why it's a little wilty. I'm trying to save it, and it's like went to bloom. This plant was huge. I mean, look how big this is. I'm saving comfrey right now for making salve. So once it's dry, I like to make sure it's really good and dry so I don't end up causing a rancid problem when I have it infused in oil. I'll infuse in oil for 3 or 4 weeks or longer because sometimes I forget. And once comfrey's been infused with the oil, I'll strain it out and then I will mix it with, I'll put it low heat with some joint discomfort, things like that. That would be a really good reason to rub comfrey salve on. My other favorite one is calendula, and calendula is a beautiful orange flower that grows in the summer, and that is I don't really do a whole lot for teaching for care of plants. I can get you going, I can do a little bit, but it's kind of just in between all the other things that I'm doing. I don't have an actual class put together for that. But anyhow, so calendula is the other thing that I do, and it's really good for cuts and scrapes, that kind of thing. And that's a summer plant that is growing right now, but it's not blooming yet. Also, the salves I have in this book too. So if you're interested, you can find it in my book that I wrote. And in the garden. So in the garden, I have all kinds of things. We've got our hoop house is almost 100% planted. Little boys playing. Anyhow, I have our hoop house is almost completely planted. I have kale and broccoli and red beets, carrots, all the spring things are growing really good, and I just planted some peppers. I have sweet banana ones out there, and I'm going to be planting some other peppers soon. I do a few tomatoes, but that first year I did tomatoes in my hoop house, they grew so big and so everywhere. There was nowhere to walk. It was a whole thing. But the hoop house is almost done. I'm really excited about that, and then I'm going to be moving on to our in-ground garden. We're about this time of year where I can plant tomatoes and peppers outside without any coverings and know that they're going to be okay. We just passed our last frost date, and so we're just kind of watching to make sure we don't have any pop-ups, because after starting tomatoes and peppers, most of them from seed, I babied them for the last few months. I want to make sure things are good and not going to frost on them. They want it to be warmer. Another thing that I'm really excited. Okay, I bought this. This is variegated. Isn't she beautiful? This is a Rose of Sharon. And I love Rose of Sharons because they bloom around my birthday in July. But I've never seen a variegated one. So I'm really excited about that. And the reason I'm really excited and I bought that is we have added almost 200 feet of gardening space, like flower bed space, along the front of our yard by the road, and then we're gonna put a fence behind it. And so I'm just so excited about the opportunity to add in some other shrubs and things like that. Let's see, the last thing. Oh, so if you are in our area, please feel free to reach out to me. We are getting ready to start a Bible study, for a ladies Bible study. So if that sounds like something that interests you, please DM me and we will talk it out, and I'll see if this is something that's gonna work, if you're in the right area for all of that. In the community, the last thing real quick before we close up today's quick live is we will be doing those bread pickups. And when we do that, I'm hoping to have this as a chance to grow and have fellowship with people. So when you come pick up your bread, either from here or elsewhere, I want to hand it to you with a smile and encourage you on your journey, and hope you have a good weekend, and pray over you, and just let this be an opportunity that we can all grow something beautiful together. It's just, I really hope that is something that we can do together. Anyhow, oh, last thing, I almost forgot. So before we do get off of here, we have some cows that we moved out on pasture this week, and we found that 2 of them are actually very close to having calves. So we're gonna be having lots of baby pictures before too long, sharing about our cows and being out in pasture. It's so beautiful. Absolutely love this time of year. The cows love it, we love it. It's great for everybody. So. All right, well, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about right now, that's about it. I just kind of wanted to do a run through, to let you know what's going on, and share. I think somebody's pulling in. Anyhow, I just want to share, what's going on the farm, and encourage you all that it's a beautiful time to be growing something beautiful. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. All right, guys. See you next time.
Mom.